Welcome back. Well, tonight we continue our interviews of Dunedin's mayoral candidates, and next up is Rachel Elder. She's with me now. Good evening. How long have you lived in Dunedin?
Well, I arrived here as a keen young occupational therapy student wanting to discover the South Island and do some tramping and have adventures. I met Russell, my husband, here, and I've had 4 children here, so 36 years later I'm sitting here with you.
Now, why are you running for the mayoralty?
Well, I was brought up with the belief that your skills, resources and talents aren't just for you alone, but to give back to the community. I love seeing both individuals and communities grow. So as an employment for the last 7 years, I have grown increasingly alarmed at the lack of opportunities for our families and young people here. We have over 40% of the South Island's youth unemployment. We've lost 5,700 post-primary production and manufacturing jobs in the last couple of decades, and we have one of the lowest growth rates of any city in New Zealand. And the sad thing is, the human cost of lack of opportunity and poverty really hurts. So I believe if we in Dunedin want to have a thriving and inclusive community, then we as a city need to work together to create a thriving and inclusive economy. So I'm standing for Mayor because I truly care about the people of Dunedin, and I want to lead a team of people to enable our city, our communities and our people realise their potential here. So I would say I'm standing for a vibrant, colourful and thriving economy that works together, and the whole city working together to make this happen, so that there's a growth and opportunities and jobs across a wide range of sectors, not just one sector.
What leadership experience can you bring to the table?
Well, I've often risen to leadership roles through my absolute commitment to make things happen for communities and individuals. So I will work 100% to make things happen, and I've ended up chairing committees, boards of trustees, in my drive to make things better for the people. I love doing research and as to what the opportunities are out there, and doing an assessment of the community's needs. So an example was in Pine Hill, we needed an adventure playground. So I took 10 children around 10 different playgrounds and observed how they played on those. And then the children informed us as to what kind of playground we needed. And in fact, our playground is the most exciting and interesting playground in Dunedin, and they still enjoy playing there now. So I'm very thorough. I really like to be led by the people and consult. I also believe that there is no challenge too big that human endeavour can't overcome. So I believe within the city we've got the resources, and within our teams we've got the resources to overcome the challenges ahead. Yes.
What do you think are the top 2 issues in the city?
Well, without a doubt for me, economic growth and development is the major. And if you look at the 2013-2014 consultation with the community, the people of Dunedin have said that's their major issue. Also, the Chamber of Commerce has just recently done a survey of their businesses, and 70% said they'd be happy to pay more rates if that raise in the rates went straight to economic development. So that's telling you a story. The other thing is the South Dunedin, the area of South Dunedin. So maintaining and upgrading Dunedin and maintaining and upgrading the core infrastructure is really important, but also messaging our commitment to the greater South Dunedin and St Clair area for the long term, and believing that there's engineering solutions. Like I say, I believe there's a human answer to all these challenges, and it'll give that community the confidence that they need to move on. Yes, so those are the 2.
What do you think are the core functions of the Dunedin City Council?
I looked this up under the Act, and the two core functions are to enable democratic local decision making and action by and behalf of our communities, and 2, to meet the current and future needs of the communities for good quality infrastructure, local public services and performance of regulatory functions. Now that requires us to do consultation and good consultation across the community. We also have to separate policy setting from operational functions, prepare long-term plans and annual plans, report annually on performance, and so it goes on. So yes, those are the functions.
How do you think the current council is performing?
Well, I'm really pleased with the current council's financial management. It's been good, very good in terms of bringing debt down. I think Glenn Hazeldine, Laurie Forbes and the McKnights have all worked together and created that fantastic historic precinct. I think it's wonderful, and it's a model for us to work with in other areas of the town that we're looking at doing. DVML have produced some really good results around the stadium and the town hall, and we're getting events and conferences, and people are starting to look at us and go, wow, these guys do it well. I mean, having full house for some of these concerts is quite unusual, and we're doing it well. So it's inspirational. I think the effort around Gigatown was awesome, but I also think we need to now start marketing the benefits and telling the stories of the benefits of Gigatown to the world. I think we all know that the maintenance and infrastructure around South Dunedin and the issues around there need improvement. I believe many of our committees also need to represent the whole spectrum of the city, so having people from diverse views on each committee means good decisions making is taking place that represents a broad spectrum of views. Consultation at times has been a disaster, and you just need to look at the South Dunedin cycleway for that. I think going in with an agenda and a plan is not necessarily a good thing, and I think in the future we need to start thinking about how we might do consultation differently. Tourism again is doing well, but actually I believe tourism's going like Topsy, like Chinese tourism, 33% a year. So we're going to have to plan carefully around that, because some of our areas that are fragile will need protecting, and we need to diversify our attractions. But I think we're on the right track.
What would you do differently then if you were mayor?
Well, I'd like to see every councillor on the council table having a role on committees, and also those committees having kind of diverse views across them. So you've got people who are leaning one way or the other, but between them I think we can create win-win solutions that work for everybody. So I believe that needs to happen. At the beginning of the term, I would like to see the council actually sit down and analyse all our surveys and reports, the business economic report from Burl, and look at what our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities and threats are, and create a plan for the future and have our bottom lines there so that we know, hey, we actually performing better here or worse here. For example, having bottom lines is important, and I think research and good surveys are important. I would like us to consult better, starting with listening to what the community wants rather than going in with a plan in the first place helps us actually work better with that. I see a weakness in, say, the regional council and the bus route for Ocean View. I don't know what the consultation process for that was, but now a lot of old people who live in Ocean View have to take 2 buses to get to South Dunedin to go to their doctors. I don't know what can be done about that, but I'm sure good consultation needs to have a part to play in that. And the same with the South Dunedin hub. We need to listen to what the community wants, not put an agenda onto something because it meets another need, because in the end all you do is divide and the community, and they're disappointed with the outcome.
Look, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this evening. Rachel Elder, Dunedin City mayoral candidate, thanks so much for your time.